before Eric Bischoff takes over as executive vice president, who was it? Who was it? Either
I
Kip
would
Fry or
say
was it Bill
it
Watts?
was it was still Bill Dusty Rhodes and Bill Watts at that time. I would say it was still Bill Watts. It was Bill Watts who had brought me in and was starting to kind of push me and stuff like that at that given point in time.
Yeah.
You know?
So you never met Kip Fry then? That was just before you got back. You got in.
Yes.
So with Bill, he has demandments of what he wants to see and what he specifically doesn't want to see wrestlers do. And one of them is no jumping off the top rope. You're too cold Scorpio, and you can't jump off the top rope. How do you get around that?
I didn't have that problem.
Oh, really?
See, that's why a whole lot of people couldn't jump off the ropes, because that was my thing. You know, I was coming over from Japan, Mexico, had a new thing. It was a new era with the high fly and stuff like that. The stuff that I was doing, nobody else was doing it. And so if you go out and you start letting everybody do the splash off the top, the super fly splash or the super kick and this, you know, constantly off the top, what good would that have done to build me up, you know, to be as, too cold, Scorpio, this new aerial style. So a lot of that was, you know, Bill Watts saying, hey, you can't do this, but Scorpio can, because that was my finish, was the 450 off the top. So, you know, so I didn't have that issue as don't use the top. Now, if you're in the first or second match back in the day, you had no reason to go to the top rope.
Mm-hmm.
You know, that was just part of the rules in the wrestling.
That's the problem with, maybe a problem with wrestling today, is that everybody from the first match to the last is trying to steal the show. And it's not their job to steal the show. That's the main event's job, surely.
The problem with it is everybody think that I got to get my shit in. And when actually, if you get your shit in every single night, why should I come and watch you tomorrow night? Because I've seen everything that you can do. You see what I'm saying? If you're in that first, third match, there's no reason to go to the top. Your job is to go out, fire up the people, entertain the people, drop kick arm drags. Me, back in the day, that was what the first couple rounds was about. You say the match built. But now when you got guys going out there doing the 450, which is a finish in the first match and using it for a high spot, and guys are kicking out of it, fucking pisses me the fuck off. It's like, that's not wrestling. When you go out and you do somebody's finish and a guy kicks out of it, that is not professional wrestling. That's, to me, is more like disrespecting the guy in the business who made that a finish and built it up to what it is. You know, whether it's the stunner or whatever it might be, you know, the 450. You know, I mean, you see everybody doing the 450, but nobody give credit to where it was due. I ain't been that motherfucker, the innovator of the 450. Anybody give any credit? Oh, yeah, man, I stole too cold shit. Everybody's always stealing people's shit, but nobody give credit for where they stole it from.
Somebody asked me on the board, or whatever you call it, who invented the 450? Was it you or Scott Steiner? I don't know if they're just making things up.
No. Me and Scott Steiner went back and forth about this before. About he did it at XYZ time back in wrestling. He did it, but he had missed it, not as a finish, but had missed it. But I was doing the 450 way before he had done it. I had invented the 450 in 81, 82. And at that time, I don't think he had done it. You know, I was right out of school, 83, 84, getting into professional wrestling. And that's when I had invented that move coming out. He didn't actually really do that move till more later on, maybe toward maybe 89, 90 or so, you know, when he had maybe first put it off as a missed move.
Yeah.
So I still believe that I still was the first one to do it. I invented it. I still was the first one to do it, and I'm taking claim to it. Fuck it.
Who did the first televised 450?
Me.
Good man.
Right. I would say first televised 450 would have to been him, because mine was on the indie scenes at a local bar when I first did it. So yeah, I would say probably on live TV. If you was to look back into history, he probably was the first one to probably do it. Didn't hit it, but didn't hit it on live TV probably before I did. I think my first time that they seen it on live TV was Ghetto's Odd Match, WCW, me and Ron Simmons against Tony Atlas, the Barbarian, and Cactus Jack.
Mm-hmm. Well, we'll give you the credit, definitely. 100% of the credit goes to you, 450.